Hey everyone. So what if you figured out the fact that everything that happens to you is all about you? So I just got back from my morning walk, still a little sweaty, haven't got cleaned up yet, but I wanted to talk about this before it was still fresh in my mind. So we have so many people in this world and in this society today that like to point the fingers at other people or other things about how their life's going. Oh, gas prices are too high because of the government, or I feel like somebody was racist towards me because of the way they were raised over here, or whatever that may be, or I don't have as much success because I didn't hire the right coach, or I didn't go to the right program, or I worked for the wrong company. So you know what's funny about all of that thought process, every single bit of that, the one thing in common about all of that is you. So what if you stop thinking about it as, oh, why is this happening to me, and start thinking, why is this happening for me? How can I use this? What can I gain from this? How can I learn from this? Because when you start saying, why is this happening to me? Or why is so-and-so so mean to me? Or why is the government doing this to me? Or why? And it's always doing this, pointing fingers somewhere else, then you are automatically putting yourself in victimhood. And what does that do for you or anybody? It doesn't do anybody any good. And when you stop and take a step back and you realize that the one thing that's in common about all of this is you. And that you have the choices to make in your life, whether you're going to be happy or miserable, or whether you're going to be depressed or excited. Those are choices that you have to make. And I'm not going to say tragedy doesn't happen. I'm not going to say great things don't happen. I'm not going to say there's the times that are going to bring us down. They're going to put us in fear. They're going to make things harder to be that way. But you still have that choice. You are still that common denominator. You are still that person that is common in every one of these scenarios. And you still have that choice. So the question is, what choice are you going to make? Are you going to make the choice to play the victim card and point the finger at other people for your lack of success, your lack of happiness, your lack of relationships? Or are you going to take ownership over yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to do one thing better today? You know, there's 3 books that I'm rereading right now. I've listened to 2 of them in the last couple of weeks, and I recommend them to everybody. Every single one of these books. In fact, I got them right here. I'll show you. So these 3 books are life-changing, and it's rereading these right now that's bringing me to some of these comments. And one of them is Steve Chandler's, Reinventing Yourself. If you haven't read this book, I've read it. You can see by all the sticky notes. I've read this multiple times, listened to it a couple times. The other one is the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Again, talking about changing one thing day in and day out. Will compound into overall successes, overall happinesses, health, wellness, whatever you're looking for in your life. If you choose just one thing to change that you want better in your life and do it repeatedly every single day, the compound effect is that it'll add up over time and you'll find that success. You'll find that happiness. You find that health and wellness. You find that body. You'll find that wealth. You'll find that relationship, whatever that is for you. And the last book that I don't think any person ever should go without reading or listening to on Audible is Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. If you were to read or listen to this book, your thought process on thinking, your thought process on following the crowds or following the leader, or who to follow and when to think, when not to think, well, there's never got time not to think, but your mind is going to completely shift. Outwitting the Devil, the conversation that Napoleon Hill has with the devil in the book, transcribed, of course, is mind-boggling. And it talks about how the devil takes over 98% of the people's brains because of these factors, and how he gets them drifting over fear, over limiting beliefs, over lack of finances, over lack of wealth. And it is amazing read, amazing listen. I've listened to it and read them both. And all 3 of those books are great. So remember, when we're talking about things, when you start finding yourself saying things like, oh, why is this happening to me? Or, I can't believe I'm in this situation. This is so horrible. What's going on in my life? Blah, blah, blah. When you start catching yourself saying those things, remember the one thing in common. The one thing in common is you. You have that choice. You have the ability to say, you know what? Why is this happening to me? Or saying, why is this happening for me? and figuring out how you can learn from it, how you can grow from it, what you can take away from that, because there's a lesson in almost everything negative that happens in our life. And again, welcome to planet Earth. Negative things are going to happen. But we as people have the choice whether we let it affect us negatively or we decide to grab onto it, learn from it, and move on and turn something positive out of it. I mean, very, very few occasions, if ever, short of death, are there not opportunities to learn from and grow from. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. Make sure you remember that you are the common denominator. In every situation in your life, no matter how negative, positive, or mediocre it is, you are the common denominator. You are the one that is in that position. You are the one that has a choice to either improve it, make it better, enjoy it, or move on. That's what I got. Make it a great day. And always remember, never forget to be schmaltzy. Take care, my friends.